Hello everyone, I would like to introduce a new plugin to everyone, which is this protobuffer plugin. It is to implement a protobuffer, the encode and operation of and decode operation of protobuffer, and then comply with the protobuffer requirements of protobuffer. The greatest advantage of this plugin is that it doesn't require any modification of C++ code, while all relevant reflection code have no impact on the entire project. The second advantage is its interface function is very simple. Then, if we modify protobuffer definition, we can dynamically modify the relevant interface by only modify the code related to the blueprint, because these codes are only related to the functions of blueprints. Interface can all dynamically change the invocation of their description. And another major feature is that it supports iOS, Android, and of course Windows and Mac OS. This plugin is also our first one support plugin relevant to mainstream platform. Yes, well, then I will demonstrate it here. And all of the previous plugin will gradually support for iOS and Android in the future. Actually, for many plugins, it can actually be perfectly supported because some previous plugins does not use third-party libraries. It's just that if third-party libraries are used, it will be a little bit troublesome to support because it involves the support of some libraries on the designed platform. We defined two proto files on his side. One is called test1 and another is called test2. Right? Test1, test2 is the package name. We can support multi-protos at the same time. These are quite normal operations. And then we have a generation through this code, proto code. The code that reflects and generates the proto files. And let's copy it out and then generate it. Okay, we use this command to generate the C++ code of proto, and then we only need to copy this generation code to proto folder of the plugins. Of course, if there is a proto in the future, the protocol changes, we just need to generate a new one to override it. And all the related proto operations on this side have been complete. Then we open the Unreal project directly. We use 5.6.1 version of Unreal Engine for demonstration. We write the testing code in the level blueprint because the usage of this interface function is very simple. The totality of the interface function is 3. The first one is create the instance of protobuffer handler instance, and then the main2 function is write, means decode the string of protobuffer and read date means decode, write means encode, read means decode. We press the 1 to create two instances of proto. The type name is the package of this proto definition file. So we set the type name for the first instance of test1 to Tangha message1 player date, and the second one is Tangha message2 worker date. So the press 2 button is set the property of string name in the proto. Name is Tangha, and set the int level is 2. That is the encode operation to encode the set date to the protobuf structure date. And then we print the string. This string is after encode of the protobuf, and this string may used in network transfer or local data transfer like TCP, WebSocket, etc. WebSocket network protocol. Like a client send this string to server or other client, and the other client or server receive this string, then decode this string like parse this proto string to get the date to transfer the client transferred. Let's press 1 and then press 2. After press these 2 button, should encode a string of proto. Some problems happened in previous testing. I use a C++ project for testing, so we need to delete relevant files of C++. Actually, we don't need C++, so we need to delete all these files in project and plugins. And then we open the Unreal project directly. Press yes. Another advantage of this plugin is that it is not hard code. Then actually did not have hard coding. That is, it has not C++ operations of the code. For example, if the definition of proto changed, if the structure is changed and incorrect, the C++ program will may crash, or some happens fatal error. But in this plugin, it will only call the. But in Blueprint, it just call the functions field without any crash. It will not stop the program running. So let's test it again. After we press 1 and press 2, a string will print. So let's copy this string to the functions we called in the function parsit. We copy the string to the functions. It should parse the date transferred from we filled in press 2 button. Like name, it should get Tanghar, and the level it should get 2. Okay, let's test it again, and after press 1, create instance, and then we press 3 button. It shows 2 and Tanghar. That is correct result, the date we encode before. So the plugin works well. Thanks for your watching, and please give me a support. Thank you.